Arsenal vs Real Madrid, a thrilling clash in Champions League history. What a spectacular evening it was for Arsenal fans. Picture this, a Champions League quarter-final clash at home against the legendary and ever-dominant Real Madrid, culminating in a stunning 3-0 victory. Two sensational free kicks from Declan Rice, accompanied by a brilliant goal from Mikel Merino, have put Arsenal firmly in the driver's seat. But hold on, dear supporters, this is just the first leg of a deliciously dramatic showdown. Real Madrid wasn't about to sit back and concede defeat without a fight. They quickly voiced their intentions of staging a comeback at the iconic Santiago Bernabéu. Manager Carlo Ancelotti reflected the spirit of defiance, stating, "The possibilities of qualifying are quite low, but we have to try 100%. This is our opportunity to respond after a disappointing game. In football, anything can happen. We must believe and trust in ourselves because the Bernabéu can work wonders." Lucas Vazquez couldn't hide his confidence either. "It's tough, but if there's any team in the world that can turn this around, it's us in front of our home fans. Expect a different game on Wednesday, and if we stay united, we can come through this challenge." Normally, one might raise an eyebrow at such optimism, but this is Real Madrid we're talking about. They have a notorious reputation in the Champions League. Since 1992, there have been 48 instances where teams have taken a lead of 3 or more goals into the second leg of a Champions League tie. Remarkably, that deficit has only been overturned 4 times. So, for those Arsenal fans starting to sweat over the possibility of a Madrid comeback, take a deep breath. Historically, this scenario has been a rare occurrence, showing up just 8.3% of the time. Let's flash back to the very first time such a comeback happened, in the 2003-2004 season. Milan had every reason to feel on top of the world after achieving a comfortable 4-1 victory in the first leg against Deportivo La Coruña at San Siro. However, Deportivo turned the tables dramatically in the return match at Riazor, not only winning 4-0 but pulling off a legendary 5-4 aggregate win that sent shockwaves through the footballing world. Fast forward to the 2016-17 season, and Barcelona made a habit of thrilling comebacks that seemed almost like clockwork. Their most unforgettable moment was the miraculous night at Camp Nou when they faced Paris Saint-Germain. After falling to a daunting 4-0 loss in the first leg, they turned the tide with an unbelievable 6-1 win at home, sealing a 6-5 aggregate victory that left fans and pundits utterly astonished. But Barcelona also learned the hard way that fortune can shift. Just a year later, they faced Roma in the quarterfinals. Having secured a seemingly routine 4-1 first-leg win at Camp Nou, the Spanish Giants saw their dreams dashed when Roma shocked everyone by winning the second leg 3-0, advancing thanks to the away goals rule, though that rule has since been abolished, adding another layer of intrigue to such matchups. And, of course, who could forget Liverpool's unforgettable triumph over Barcelona in the 2018-19 semi-finals? After a stellar first leg, where Barcelona triumphed 3-0, Anfield erupted when Liverpool pulled off a staggering 4-0 comeback in the return leg. Notably capped off by a cheeky corner taken by Trent Alexander-Arnold that caught the Catalans off guard. Since that magical night in 2019, the dramatic comeback has remained elusive. However, Arsenal knows all too well the extraordinary capabilities of Real Madrid in this competition. With 15 King's Crowns, they've cemented their status as a powerhouse in European football. But here's a twist in the tale: they have managed to recover from a 3-goal deficit in Europe only once, and believe it or not, it was against another English team. Back in the 1975-76 European Cup, Real Madrid found themselves on the receiving end of a stunning 4-1 defeat to Derby County in the first leg. Fast forward to the return leg at the Bernabéu, Real produced a remarkable comeback, overcoming the aggregate score to win 6-5 after extra time. You could say they've been here before, though it has been a rare feat. The 1980s also saw them overcome massive deficits in the UEFA Cup, but those were 2 heroic triumphs that have not occurred since. Only 3 other instances in over 5 decades show Real Madrid losing by 3 or more goals in Europe, making the upcoming second leg all the more intriguing for Arsenal. Even amidst these historical precedents, the nerves for Arsenal's traveling fans are palpable. In every previous instance of Real Madrid chasing such a large first-leg deficit, they have won the return leg on home soil at least once, even if not by enough goals to advance. Madrid has boasted a 1-in-3 success rate when it comes to overcoming first-leg deficits during the Champions League era. In fact, some notable comebacks included Cristiano Ronaldo's heroics in 2016 with a hat-trick that helped them overcome a 2-goal deficit against Wolfsburg, and more recently, Karim Benzema's brilliance in 2022 that propelled them past PSG and Manchester City. Last week's 3-0 triumph for Arsenal isn't just a victory, it's the 12th time an English club has achieved a 3-goal win in the first leg at this stage of the Champions League, with all previous 11 teams progressing to the next round. It paints a vivid picture for Arsenal fans who can afford some optimism as they prepare for their daunting journey into the legendary Bernabéu. Yet with Real Madrid's mystique in the Champions League, one thing remains clear: when it comes to European football, anything can happen.